Hello and welcome to this reading on Charlie Kirk. And this involves the latest incident and determining what happened. So this is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm going to use the cards and my intuition to determine or to sort of probe what happened in this situation. But yeah, for entertainment purposes only for that YouTube caveat. And let's get started. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to use pure consciousness to sort of like pure consciousness is so your own perceptions aren't getting in the way of what you're getting. So pure consciousness between your hand, and I'm going to use pure consciousness to clean my space and my whole my whole area. Pure consciousness. And anything that's not true or from ego will be brought into the light of pure consciousness. So that's the way. So you can, when you're doing readings, that you're clear. It's not your own thoughts, but it's your own. You're getting the information. You want to be clear that you're getting the information. Also with Charlie Kirk, I don't really have. Like, I've done readings before, and I don't really have any sort of attachment to something being a certain way, because I don't really follow him. I knew who he was. I knew the name, but I don't watch his videos. I'm not really into that sort of his line of thinking or that. I just don't watch those videos. So I don't dislike him. I don't like him. So it's kind of like being neutral is easy, but you should always, when you're doing readings, you should always do like a sort of a clearing to make sure you're being clear. But without any further ado, let us get started. So let's see, without any further ado, and let's see. So we're going to delve into the shooter. And okay, what we can get on the shooter, because the shooter, I believe the shooter escaped. It may change by the time this video comes out. Maybe they caught him, but it's kind of curious, because you think that the security at the events would stop something like this from happening. Would stop something from happening. So tell me about the shooter. Tell me about the shooter. Tell me, just sort of, let's start off, okay, 6 of Cups. So I'm hearing that the shooter is I'm hearing the word, this is the first word that came into my mind, was emotionally retarded. That's what came up to me, was emotionally retarded. Something emotionally went wrong, because this is the 6 of Cups can be kind of a emotional childhood card, something, but that's just, when I got that card, I got emotionally retarded. So let's see what else. And so tell me more, and then we'll get into why he did it, but just off the bat. So what? Okay, this is a very good card that can indicate, keep on going, this one, okay, this one combined with, okay, I think I get I get what this means. So 2, and then away, so I'm hearing he had help, this was not just him. I'm assuming it's a he, but that's just what came to mind. But it feels like he had help, and then I got these 2 cards together. So 2, he had help, and then someone flew away. So it will be pinned on him. But I'm hearing shaking head. He is not the person the most responsible for this. There was somebody else that was even. I'm hearing 3 people in a team, and I'm seeing an image of 2 people took off. 2 people, and then it was very much orchestrated by more than one person. I'm hearing, but then we got the flying, someone flew off. So, but emotionally retarded. So I'm hearing, so this emotionally retarded person was sort of coerced into doing, or is that the word? Because I don't want to. I'm just coming up with what comes up, but it feels like let's get. So that's the situation. I'm hearing this image of somebody running, like people running away. Even people running away, and this person being left with. I'm thinking an image of a bag being left with the bag. This person. But let's get into the more of the state of the shooter, because when I got this card, that's what I got. Let's see, what was the state of the shooter's mind when they did this. Okay. I keep on getting Six of Cups again. That came out again. Almost infant. Okay. The Nine of Cups, but with something else with it that will make me understand. Okay, five from the bottom. All five from the bottom. Oh, okay. So let's okay. So the Scissors, the Rain, and okay, the person was trying to cut something off when they did this. The shooter, they were trying to get rid of a really negative state. Like with this cutting heart, and then the dark. You see this really dark card right here, and then this right here. They were trying to get rid of a really negative, poisonous state within them, and I just hear this image of get it away from me, get it away from me. I just keep on hearing get it away from me. They were trying to get something away from them. And something very, and then I've got another card, dark, and I've got another card here that it kind of, I can't put it on YouTube, but it would indicate some sort of, it's part of this deck too, it would indicate some sort of, so this person was trying to, they were convinced that Charlie Kirk was violating them and was they were almost in this state, like, convinced that Charlie Kirk was violating them, and it's almost like this felt like a calculated choice, but it wasn't. Like they thought they were making the decision, but it's like there's I'm hearing there's 4 different levels of confusion in this person's mind. They were very fractured, very, very fractured, 4 different levels of confusion. And they thought the first level was totally sure that they were making the right decision, that somehow doing this, because it's almost like this immature level of thinking, like, Charlie Cookie's bad, he violates me, I will cut him off and make myself feel better. And that's like the first level of the mind. So this person feels very fractured, and it's like their self, I'm hearing their true self has completely been put in a box somewhere. This person, their true self has been put in a box, and they can't get to it. They can no longer get to this true self. Like they basically, they've been fractured. I'm hearing, and their person, something about, I'm hearing the word 6 years. 6 years. Okay, I'm hearing the word 6 years ago. Something happened to totally change their personality and expose something that was there. But like, it's like they did, if people would have known this person, they had a real change like 6 years ago, and it changed something, the person, and exposed something that was there that they thought was their true self, but it wasn't. And now they're basically a shell of a human being. But it's like, if you know this person, 6 years ago, like something, they did an about turn. And it's almost like leading up to this. And since that time, it took a shift, and they believed that there was something that they started to believe that they were holding views that were not themselves, like, but they believed it was true, but it wasn't. They just had a total about turn, and it was kind of building up to this moment, like building up, and then the cat was out of the bag, the sheep were out of the pen, just like this, and then they just they thought it's almost like they're on a different level of something happened. They're in a totally different level of consciousness, and they think what they did was just, but they reverted to this childlike perspective, like like almost like emotionally, like somehow they were regressed to something that was already there, and something that was being filled up over time and like cultivated, and cultivated, just like this, cultivated. And then they snapped, but it was being built up to that. And it was like they were behind this person. They were behind Charlie Kirk and others for a long time. But I'm hearing they had different targets. I'm hearing they had 4 other targets that could have been, it could have been him, or 4 other opportunities. They had 4 other targets and opportunities. They almost, like, it was like an almost happened, and then it happened with Charlie Kirk. It could have been they kind of stalked others, like other famous people, and but it was averted, almost, and it was averted, almost, and it was averted, and then it just happened it just kind of happened finally. Like, it's like this person wanted to get something out of them, and they started targeting people, they targeted, and then interesting, 3, like, kind of what I got before, like, this person, I'm seeing this person that did this is kind of this person, and I said there was like 3 people involved, or was there like 2 others, but it was like they're kind of behind this person, and kind of getting them to do this, and almost like this person is being, but they think that what they did, like, it's like they think that what they did is right, like, and they totally are convinced, but it's like they're somehow in an infantile thinking now. They're in an infantile sort of perspective, but they think I'm hearing they really think that what they did is right. Like, they're convinced thoroughly that they doing this was right, so they wouldn't have guilt about it whatsoever. They think they're thoroughly convinced it's the right thing to do, but it's like there's people behind this person who that helped, activated, and then ran away from this person. So into the, like, if there's like woods nearby, I'm seeing this image of people running after this happened, people running, and people running, like, kind of like disguising the trench coat, disguising themselves. They had some way to disguise themselves, but they were a part of it. They may have been, like, people may have walked by them, even the people that were kind of involved in this, and like they may have been like acting like they were part of it too. So I'm hearing, in the footage you may see these in the like, if you were to look in the footage, you might even see one of this person quite clearly, but you wouldn't know it. Somebody in the footage is very clear. Yes, because we've got this. See this? That there was like people, like I just said, they're in the, like, the group of people, and I just saw that, and then I pulled this card before I got this card. It's like they're in that, you know how there was like a horde of people, there was like there's all these people, they were in those. One person in particular was in that, and you get them on video, but you would never suspect. They just kind of fit in, but you would see them in the crowd. You would see them in some of the, if not the crowd, but the sort of the pandemonium after, and you would not think it's this person. You wouldn't think that this person was a helper, but they were, and they're in the helper who will not be caught. is in the the crowd, and they're on camera, but they'll never be caught. I'm hearing that the person that helped will never be caught. And and then, okay, what is this? Okay, so we got this. I'm hearing this is a very significant card. So this is like, this person they have, I'm hearing like a mother complex, like almost like this complex where they feel that they do everything. It's very like, I heard that before, emotional retardation. They feel like they're doing everything to help their mother or something, or it's some female figures. They feel like that's some of their reason, like they're trying to help females. Like, so I'm hearing this person has a very elaborate reasoning of why this is a good thing. Like, this person they feel like they're helping females or their mother, or something about elevating females is part of their reasoning. Like, they think that Charlie Kirk was like, he wasn't helping the females or the little guy, or he was one of many oppressive figures. So it's almost like this person, it's almost like they're stalking several people that are kind of similar to Charlie Kirk. So it's nothing, they feel like they feel like what they did is right, but they were doing this to a number of different figures that were like Charlie Kirk, and thinking that they're doing this to help the little guy. So they don't feel guilty about it. They feel like they're a martyr or a good person for doing this. Like, that's what I feel that they feel. I feel that that's what they feel. Let's see what else. And this goes along. Okay, another card. The mother complex. This person almost feels a savior complex. Almost like they feel like they're very moral, like almost spiritual and moralistic. Like, they've got like a bit of they've got like that emotional retardation, but they've also got a sort of a spiritual complex of, I'm doing this for some high-minded spiritual ideal. They really feel that, but it's combined with like a very simple way of thinking. But it's like they're like, something went on, and I'm hearing 6 years ago, this person would have changed, and they fully bought something, clicked into place where they really felt that they had to do something. But there's manipulation involved. Yeah, there's manipulation, and I'm hearing this person, they didn't know that there's something. It's almost like this, like, they feel that they are kind of they were going, it's almost like naively going into water, and then three, like, I got there's people behind it. They kind of were somehow manipulated mentally by people that kind of steered them in this direction. And they were just there. Something about their psyche had been groomed to accept this kind of people, and it all clicked into place. And they just started going down this road, and then there was. I'm hearing this person. There was many close calls where this person almost took out 4 or even 5 either people kind of like Charlie Kirk, but then there was some sort of, like, almost, and then dead end, almost, it didn't work out, dead end, it didn't work out, and then finally something, quote unquote, worked out that they were trying to do. So let's hear. Okay, I'm going to ask something else. What does the universe think about this? What does the universe think about this situation? What does it have to say? What does it have to say about this? So 5 of Swords. Interesting, a defeatist energy. So I'm being asked to liberate this. So I'm hearing that this is sort of the energy that this has created, a sort of defeatist, confused, almost another word I can't find for, but it's sort of like defeatist, almost a really nasty, imbalanced energy. It's almost like it's created this nasty, and I'm not saying, like, I don't I'm not even speaking about the veracity of what Charlie Kirk spoke of. I mean, my understanding is he said some, kind of, shall we say, negative things. That's my understanding. I haven't really, or that's what some people say, but who knows, right? People, I mean, but I'm just talking about the overall energy. That it's sort of like it's beyond his so-called message, whether you agreed with his message or not. I believe he had like anti-gay. Some people thought he was racist messages, but I'm hearing this is beyond his messages. This is talking about the effect that it had on people, and it had a really negative, almost demoralizing effect on people. Like it's like almost like I'm asked to contrast it to the JFK killing, which almost had, and I'm not going to say it's not a positive thing, but it almost had a expansive energy field. I'm not saying that shootings are good. They're not. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about the effect of it, and the sort of like I'm talking about like when like something like that happened. It had almost yes, it was painful, but it had kind of a people came together about it. People came together, but this has a really really oppressive, awful energy field that it created, right? And it's like it's nothing to do with it's just about what has been created from this and it's almost like this wobbly. The people that were, or the person that was behind it, they didn't quite. It feels like it feels random and planned, but at the same time not random and planned. And it feels like this, like I'm hearing that like a corkscrew, like will this go this way, will this go this way? Because it's almost like they don't know. It's almost like sort of the sort of the energies pushing this. They don't really know what the effect would be, because everything happens, with an effect, or any kind of big like thing happens, but they don't know what this will be. Like it's kind of like a manipulative force behind this that doesn't know exactly what the effect of this will be. And it right now it's like this really murky, awful, arguing energy that it's created. This really nasty, people, like it's like even the Brian Thompson unaliving, the CEO, it had a different, like I'm just being asked to look at the different effects of these different, like JFK, Brian Thompson, and now this. It's kind of like Brian Thompson, that unaliving had a different effect. It had like a different effect, but this one feels very, it's apart from his actual message, his negative, or whatever you want to call it, patriot, not patriot, racist, not racist, whatever you want to call it. It's like the energy field of it is very, it's almost like there's a wild card that happened, that some people were aware that this could happen, that this energy could occur, but it's also they weren't, and they don't right now. It's like this wobbly, like where is this going to take us time-wise? Where is this going to take us? Where is this going to but yeah, like the effect of these kind of things can be, I'm hearing nasty manipulative energies. They're kind of waiting it out to see sort of the effect of this, almost in a sick experimental way. Yeah, the experimental, like they don't care about the whatever the effect of this is, whatever the effect of this on human consciousness, whatever the effect is, they're kind of like waiting it out, like a sociopathic energy is waiting it out to see how energetically this will turn out. I'm hearing that it's almost like the energy behind this, they do things almost just to see, and it's going to sound really disturbing, but what will happen is like they don't care about the like whatever the effect would be to whether they don't, it's like they don't care. It's sort of like the forces behind this, they don't care. Okay, is he a good person, is he a bad person? A good person, it's almost like there's an experimental force leering at this and thinking, oh, what's the effect on this on human consciousness? And some are kind of hoping it's bad, some are hoping it's like it will be something positive from this, but it's like it's really a gross energy field that came from this. And it's almost like beings are trying to pick up, it's almost like good beings are trying to pick this energy up and put it in the right direction, if that makes any sense. They're trying to sort of make sense of this sort of anomaly that they could happen, but they didn't think it would. Like it's kind of this wild card of an event that they just like we've got the death card here, death, and then they thought it could happen, but they didn't know exactly what way it would happen, or if it would happen like this. It's kind of like, and now they're trying to, like, it's like the good beings are trying to sort of stabilize the energy of this and sort of like, yeah. So anything else. So okay, another thing is, will this person be caught? Will this person be caught? What is the likelihood in this like sort of time trajectory? 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. And oh, interesting. 5 of Cups and 7 of Swords. 5 of Cups. And I'm hearing it will be a steal. Whatever form it takes, it will be a steal, and it will be a manipulation. With like the real people not being held accountable. Yeah, the high priestess, there will still be something hidden. Something very pretentious, very about this. I think there'll be something very pretentious about this, as all sides all energetic sides, those who are conscious of what's really going on and those who aren't, they will scramble to control the emotional narrative, right? We've got the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. It's like they'll scramble to solidify and kind of make it make sense. Why some will want to hide things about really going. Okay, and then also, let's see. Well, I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm going to see, will this person get caught? And how will this individual, they might get sort of, okay, so will they get, okay, I'm going to see, will they get caught? Will they get caught? Shuffle. Okay, this is very important. This one and this one is, and also interesting, this one and this one. Okay, so what do we got here? Will this person get caught? So that trapped, that would indicate like somebody being trapped. And I'm hearing this person may ask for help to sort of get away. Yeah, ask for help, and then we've got a flag here, right? Kind of like trying to ask for help. And then we've got this one right here. We've got somebody asking somebody else. The person might try and sort of, oh shit, what did I do? And then they might kind of understand. It's like almost like it takes a little bit for this person to understand. It's like something's happened to this person's brain, and they may try and lots of anxiety. Yeah, this person anxiety. It's like they're kind of realizing what happened, and they may try and manipulate someone into helping them, to like holding on, like someone who loves them. And I think that might be what's happening now. This person may be kind of like helping him, somebody who agree, like they may be trying to, it's like they're grasping for straws. They're trying to manipulate someone, or not manipulate. They're realizing what they've done. They don't want to. It takes a while for them to absorb. It's like they're a block. They do something, and then they switch to it. It's like they do something in one state, and then they realize I'm hearing it takes about forward of kind of, it's like a trajectory of realizing, oh, I've done something, and now I've got to get out of it. But it's like they shift out of the state, and then they realize what they're done, and then anxiety and panic. But then it's like people, they may try and get somebody that thinks that, like, it's like somebody who owes them something, somebody who loves them, or somebody who agrees with them. Like, it's kind of like they're trying to psychologically, like, apology, the word apology, they're trying to, like, save their own skin, and know that they know that they've destroyed something, and they're intimidating. I'm hearing intense fear. This person has been absolutely the intense fear, and I'm hearing, but their mind is to feel any grief about it. They just feel intense. I'm hearing they feel intense fear, but their mind keeps the grief away because their mind is very fractured. But they feel like, oh, is it too late to get, like, I'm hearing that they're kind of like, oh, is it too late for me to escape? So it's sort of like they feel things closing in on them, and they're wondering if there's a chance to sort of get out of this. Like, because it's like they know that some people know what they did, and they know what's happening, but they don't know what's happening. And it's like a black cloud is like, oh shit, I'm hearing intense fear. This person has absolutely fear. Cause I'm hearing they do not want to go to prison. They really, this person does not want to, this person really, 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 really doesn't want to go to prison. I'm hearing they don't want to die either, though. So, because I'm thinking, when I'm hearing that, will they unalive themselves? I'm hearing possibly, but they're afraid, like I'm hearing how trapped they are is very, it's like they were trapped by their mind into doing this. They're trapped into their mind, and they're trapped. They don't want to die, and they don't want to go to prison. So they're kind of like scrambling. They really don't want to go to prison. And like some shooters are like, they don't care. They've got a total bravado about them. This one does not feel bravado at all. This person feels like extreme fear, alone. They feel extremely alone, and they're just like, SHIT, what have I done? I'm screwed. Can I take this back? I'm hearing this person's kind of like, part of them wants to take them back, even though I know I said before they didn't feel regretful. Like, part of them feels fine about what they've done, but a part of them wants to take it back because they really, really, I'm hearing really, 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 really do not want to go to prison. This person really does not want to, and they're kind of like their wise mind is taking over, and they're realizing, oh my goodness, how can I get out of this? Like they're figuring out, okay, like am I going to get caught? So I'm going to ask, is the right person going to be caught? I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. In this deck too, okay, is the right person? Let's see, is the right person, because they could, unalive themselves, right? Or disappear, or like, but then the thing is that what would happen then, right? Okay, so will they be caught? Will the right person be caught? Will the right person be caught? Will the right person be caught? 5 of Swords. Will the right person be caught? 8 of Swords. Well, that means kind of trapped. Will the right person be Swords? And then the Devil, and then 2 from the bottom with the Devil. So, okay. So, will they, if they give the right, it feels like it's up in the air, but if they give the right tells, then they will be trapped and they'll be game over. But it's like, this person, it's like they may be given an opportunity to escape, like a window or something, like a window to escape. But it's like everything's up in the air, and there's all this agendas about control. Yeah, agendas about controlling the narrative. People that want things to go in certain directions, other people who want to go in other directions. So it's all about, I'm hearing this person could escape if there wasn't so many agendas and motivations to make this look a certain way to control the narrative. This person could actually escape if there wasn't for that, but there is too much technology, too much agendas that can trap this person. But if it wasn't for those agendas and those technologies, they could actually make an escape, or even never be caught. But they know who it is. They know who it is, but it's a matter of like spinning the narrative to look a certain way for different sort of like groups. Different groups want to spin this a certain way, and they don't even, but there's even confusion within those groups about how they want to spin this, because this feels like a wobbly wild card too. So they're kind of looking, they know where this person is, but now they're just kind of, or at least some do know where this is, where the person is, but they're kind of deciding how they want this to play out. So there's kind of like agendas. I'm seeing this image of a maze. This person is in a maze that they don't even know that they're in. They don't even know, they have an idea, but they don't know that they're in. And now they're just kind of like, they're kind of like in a mouse. Like I'm seeing this image of this person in a maze, and they're just kind of like, they're in this maze, and they want to escape, but they can't. And there's all these, not only are they in the maze, but there's all these like sort of big figures, kind of, they look like male figures, but they're looking in, deciding this person's fate on how they want things to play out. So this person is really, they're terrified. They don't want to go to prison, and they kind of have an understanding of the elements of this, but they kind of don't. So they're they don't, they're kind of, they really, I'm hearing they don't want to go to prison, but they don't want to die. They don't want to die either. They don't seem to have the hubris of other people who have done this. They don't seem to have the hubris. They seem to have a lot of like fear. They seem to have a lot of immense amount of fear. So yeah, it's like right now they're just all these figures are sort of deciding this person's fate, not based on whether they're caught, but on what they want the narrative to look like and how they want this all to pan out. So yeah, that's what I get. Thanks for watching. Have a terrific day.